Hello students, Michael Sanchez, violin teacher here. Welcome to tonight's 8 o'clock advanced class. So this is our fourth week working on the Bach Double and Mazas. I'm helping students do the concerto and giving you guys tips on how to improve. So last week we worked on playing more aggressively, digging more into the string and creating more of a aggressive tone for the violin, which helps out in a lot of different areas because it really forces index pressure. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is kind of see how students are doing with that are here today in this class, and then also hear them play some more of the Mazas and the Bach Double, give them some more tips on how they're doing. So yeah, last week we kind of focused on the Mazas. Today we're gonna do a little bit more in the Bach Double. So let's bring on Jasmine. Jasmine, how you doing? You want to unmute yourself there? There we go. I can unmute you, no problem. Actually, Jasmine can, there we go, unmute, there we go.
I'm good, how are you doing?
Doing good, yeah. So how are things going with Mazas and Bach Double?
Slowly but surely. I'm concentrating more on the tension on my left hand and also trying to concentrate on the bow hole to put that index finger pressure down on the string as I need to for the accents on those songs.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm concentrating on that and well, just everything in general. But
yeah,
I'm excited. I'm slowly but surely getting ahead in this music.
Yeah, and thanks again for the video you did yesterday, and just you seem excited about learning. I encourage everybody out there to get sort of your that same persona you're coming off, because it's exciting. It's fun to learn violin, and that makes you want to practice and learn more. So
yeah, I practice at 5:30 in the morning with a mute on and right before work, and then I practice in the afternoon and the evening, so I try to get in as much as I can. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, hopefully I'm sure that's an encouragement to others out there. Everybody's in a different boat, and part of learning and progressing is just being encouraged and having fun, and definitely can sense that that's the case for you, so that's cool. Yeah, so yeah, if you're not, don't mind, I'd love to hear how you're doing with the Bach Double, actually, if we want to start with that.
Sure.
And if you can put your camera down just a little bit, although I do love the painting in the background, that is very nice.
I did that one.
Did you?
Yeah, during one of a simple little class or something that we were having, me and my daughter went together to do it, and that was, it happened to be a violin that we all had to paint. How's that, better?
Yeah, it is.
Let me make sure. Let me turn this thing around just a little bit more so I push it back.
Yeah.
Okay. How's that, better?
Yeah, that's fine.
That right there, I'm still trying to practice it, but it's getting so much better.
Oh, yeah.
I'm running out of bow.
Good. Yeah, we'll stop there. Let's give her a hand. That was so good. It's improving so much from the first week. I should do a little video compilation and like how you did it the first week, and now, because you come every week, and now it's gotten so much better.
That. Yes, I have thought about doing something like that, and looking back at the beginning and then progressing better and better each year.
Yeah, I might just do that. I might just put that together, because I think you've come every week, so it's like, where you go if you work hard on technique. So that's great. Good job.
Thank you.
Not a lot with intonation is really improving. Yeah, let's talk about where we're at in the bow, because yeah, you kind of ran out of bow there. I recommend, and I haven't talk to you a lot about on this because, yeah, we've been kind of focusing on the other stuff. But now that you have the intonation, I recommend kind of be more at the frog. And then, yeah, when you start to get those longer notes, you kind of want to be in this area to be able to play those long half notes. Mm-hmm. So everything more compact, kind of more towards the frog. So right here, see where I'm at to start the half note. But then I'm right back to here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely for all you guys watching out there, it's so important to have good bow distribution. And the Baroque style, this is Bach, it's well played more towards the lower half of the bow. And everything that you see should be not played legato, but more in détaché, more separated, like I just played there. So yeah, Jazz, if you want to try that again.
Yeah, sure.
Good. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Good job.
It sounded better the second time around.
Yeah, way better. So what I'm noticing is when you're doing certain techniques like the trill, and when you're doing having to hold a longer note and you're kind of bow restricted, I'm noticing actually that you're tensing up, I think, in the right hand a little bit with the bow. So that's pretty common, yeah, for tension to kind of arise as things get challenging in the left hand and in the right. So yeah, as you're doing the trill, try to still keep things relaxed, loose, like you were to start the piece.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously you're thinking about the trill and how I want to do it so fast, right?
Yeah, exactly. And trying to do it at the frog, and you're not very comfortable at the frog. I guess that comes with time, because I'm so used to playing on this half of the bow as opposed to down here.
Yeah, it does come with practice, doing scales, using the whole bow. A lot of discomfort playing in different parts of the bow is typically because we're not always as relaxed in the right hand to feel as comfortable. So playing right at the frog can feel uncomfortable. It's common, actually, more students don't play at the tip as much. But if you're used to playing up there, it could just be something that we're not quite as loose as for when we get closer to the frog. So yeah, just try to use whole bow, like warm up with scales and use the whole bow. Just really loosen things up. Yeah.
And thank you so much for the scales. I just got that email, and I have been practicing that also before coming on to the webinar.
Okay, you like my blog article.
Yes, that was awesome. Very good. Very good.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's so important that students practice scales. It's critical to their progress. And yeah, I mean, we haven't talked a lot about scales in this class, but yeah, I mean, all you guys out there that are playing at this level need to be doing scales and doing it at least a third of your sessions, along with drills and different things. Because yeah, it's not just, like I mentioned in the article, it's not just about intonation, but it's about getting in a position to work on your technique, and having things simpler. A lot of students, I think, just jump right into playing songs and wanting to perform.
Yeah.
But it's so important to have a balance there. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, actually curious, now that we're on this topic, Anna, would love to hear how you're doing with the scales. We talked a lot about that in the kids class, and you came on today to be with us, which awesome job earlier on the Mazas. And yeah, I know you've been working on scales. So how's that been going?
Been going good. I've mostly only worked on the 3-octave G because that's what my Mazas piece is in.
Okay, great. Yeah, this class I recommended doing the C major 2-octave and F major 2-octave. Are you able to do the F major 2-octave?
Think so. I can try.
Jasmine, I'd love to hear that as well. The F major 2-octave. If you want to just warm up with that. I You reminded me that I haven't talked enough about scales in this class.
Yeah, and I sure do need it. Definitely.
Yeah, let's hear you do the 2-octave F, Anna, if you can.
Okay.
This is what I recommended in the very beginning of what to work on with this particular series. Whoops.
Huh?
Yeah, everything was really great, just didn't shift high enough in the fifth. Good. Yep. Good. Good job. Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, a couple things there, Anna. Very very nice. So just like when I heard you doing the Mazas earlier, I noticed some stuff in fifth position. So yeah, I'm actually noticing your hand is very low there for fifth position. So we want to be quite a bit higher. And this is actually a great point on that blog article. Just that this working on scales is a great time to work on left hand technique. So what I recommend is as you're shifting up, be higher because you're kind of working your way up. And then on the 4 you're high enough, but starting off on the 1, 2 you're pretty low. That's gonna make intonation more challenging. So work on that. And then as you shift down to first position, try to have your 3 and this goes for everybody. Have your 3 and 4 working more together because you have your B flat 4th finger and then you have your A 3rd finger. So a lot of students, what they do when they go to first position, and this goes for in the Mazas as well, what they do is they place the 4 first and they don't think about the 3, and then they kind of put the 3 at the last second, and a lot of times it's not in tune. So this is finger efficiency, where we're in 5th position and we bring the hand back and we move these 2 fingers together because we have the B flat and then we have the A together. Does that make sense, Anna?
Yes.
And then set your hand up, nicely, because yeah, you're moving around a lot on the E string there for the scale. So I think this is a great opportune time to work on left hand with the scale, and yeah, especially I think on the E string. So yeah, it's pretty common. That's a really common thing for students to move their hand too much in the scale. So just stay higher and stay more compact.
Okay.
Good job. All right, we're doing scales. Scales is awesome. So helpful to the students. All right, Jasmine, let's hear you do the F major.
All right.
Yep.
Huh?
A little bit lower F.
Not the F sharp.
Should be yeah. I mean, if you want to do F sharp major, that's got a lot of sharps.
Okay, this.
Yeah,
Okay.
F major. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot to shift.
Oh, I forgot the shift.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. One tip I want to give you before I forget. So starting off on the proper note is so important, obviously, for scales or playing in general. So we have the thumb position. We have the hand back. The first finger is lined up with the thumb. So that should be really solid, always in that spot. So technically, if we have this solid, then we can find that F relatively easily because It's right next to the 1. So maybe think on that way more. I don't know, maybe you're thinking when the F, when you're first starting, just kind of trying to find it. What I would do is I would think more about the thumb, first finger structure, and then put the 2 down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that goes for really playing in general, playing in the Bach, playing in the Mazas, playing scales, setting up a structure to be in tune. Yeah, so go ahead and just play me that first note by setting up your structure a little bit more first.
Oh, I forgot to shift.
Yeah, good job. Great. So that was much better.
I forgot to shift up on the E string.
Well, looks like you got some stuff to practice then with the scales, right?
Yes, yes. Exactly.
Good job. Yeah, yeah. Just the shift should happen on the A string. Always on the A string to shift up, and then going into 5th position on the E, and then going down always on the E string into 1st for that F scale.
Okay. Okay. Huh.
Cool.
Okay. Do you want me to try that again?
Why don't you try from let's see, the top note coming down. I want to see how you shift down into 1st position. So it's going to be this is the top note. So. Yeah, keep your fingers down. You're maybe pressing down a little too hard there. There you go. Excellent, good. Yeah, just more fingers like this on the E string instead of being, you're kind of out like this a little bit. But yeah, that was in tune though. That was good.
I did better on the down than I did on the up.
It was in tune, yeah. Just we'll keep working on that structure a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. All right, I'm glad you reminded us of scales. That's so important. So all you guys, you might not be getting a lot of your scale advice, especially if you're not taking private lessons. So there you were. All right, so let's go on to the Bach Double a little bit more. So yeah, I don't know, Jasmine, are you playing in the second half quite yet? I think last time we kind of started working on that second half of the first page.
Yes, I've been practicing that one. Well, actually, that whole page.
Good.
I've been going over. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and start at the solo at A, that would be great.
Oh, okay, I got it. Let me try that again. Let me tighten this up just a little bit here.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, we'll stop there. Good job. Give her a hand. That was good playing. Very good playing.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jasmine, you're doing so well. So much improved. I got to do a video. I got to do a compilation video. Really nice. Okay, yeah, let me mention some things in there. So I'm going to go to my screen share here. Hold point some stuff out for you. All right, let me raise your hand if you guys can see my screen. Okay, excellent. Jasmine, I'm gonna mute you a second. There's some background noise. There we go. Okay. Okay, so the left side's the Mazas, the right side's the Bach. I just had Jasmine start here. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. Okay, this toolbar over here. I was told to do this way. Okay. Okay, so sometimes you're missing C sharps, Jasmine. So like right here, C sharp. So really make sure that you're watching those. So it's a half step to the D's. If you're missing a note, that seems to be the one you're missing, is the C sharps. That's what I noticed there. And then what I also noticed, and this is very common here, the rhythm was dragging a little bit because of the string crossings. Okay, so if I take it from that line here, this is what you were doing. You were playing. So you're not quite getting to the high E string notes fast enough here. And that's because of the string crossing, right? So what I recommend for that, I'll come back here and give some tips on that. So basically we want to have the arm very capable and very quick here. Okay, so just like if you guys were to take your hand, actually go ahead and do this, I'll keep you guys active, huh? So take your hands and put them up in the air like this. I want you just to drop your hand down with no restriction. Just let it fall. Let your hand fall. You see how fast that happens? Gravity, right? So that's how fast our elbow should fall, okay, and come up. Okay, so there shouldn't be any tension in the arm to sort of make it slower. It should just happen with gravity. So I think that would help you, Jasmine. That's a big string crossing, but try to do it more from with that concept in mind, just letting things drop. Yeah, so go ahead and do the rocking bow drill for me, Jasmine. You know how to do that. Basically taking your bow and rocking it across the strings, not trying to make a sound. That's a test of tension for those of you guys that don't know what that is. Trying to not make a sound while doing this, and bringing your arm all the way up and down. Go ahead and do that for me, Jasmine. Okay, now can you do that more, have more reliance on the index finger to sort of guide the bow, just to not let it slip away, but I want your arm to be more looser, just kind of be more flexible with that, because I think what you're doing when you're string crossing, you're using your shoulder muscles to kind of guide it a little too much. Try it again.
Okay. So how do you want me to do that again?
Yeah, if you can do that, but try to get it to go fast, your elbow to go faster than that, but base it on just letting gravity do its work, not restricting against the bow. See if you can do that. Just let it, just like if you were to drop your arm, like we just did. There we go. See how much faster your bow is moving?
Yeah.
So that's what we need in there, in that section.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I come back here, so yeah, we're basically going from so I'm just letting things happen here more loosely. So in the actual piece, let's see. So right here, see that?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, give that a try. See if you can do that more in rhythm.
And where would that start again? Started the solo?
Yeah, it's like the second line after the solo.
Right there?
That's where you started, I think, earlier at the solo.
Half the solo.
Do
Okay.
you see where it goes from the D string all the way up to the E string suddenly?
The D string.
Yeah,
Okay, wait, right there. Where the F sharp is.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's not a tune?
There you go.
What's
Hey,
that?
let's give her a hand. That was great. Better in rhythm. So, were you thinking just more arm relaxed? That was good.
Yeah, I did notice my shoulder was tense at the beginning of that. And then when you mentioned that, I thought, yeah, that's right. It does need to be more relaxed.
Yeah,
I guess that has something to do with concentrating on this bow hold, trying to make and that's why I got all tensed up in my shoulder.
yeah. We want to do everything we can to not let the shoulder guide the crossovers or guide the bow in general.
Yeah,
We want to have it be from the extension, bending, index.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
cool. Awesome. All right. Well, if anybody else is willing to continue on, raise your hands. Anybody else? The Bach Double? Otherwise, Jasmine's getting an awesome private lesson here.
Really?
She already gets 3 a week, so now she gets another one. I'm just kidding. That's fine. Hey, she's doing great with it, and I want to do a video, Jasmine. I really do. I think that's
Woohoo, yeah.
yeah. So, anybody else? Anna, you said you're going to work on it this week. Yep. Um, yeah, and then Mitch, you said you're going to play something at the end for me to get some tips. And yeah, that's the nice thing about coming on these classes, guys that are watching on YouTube right now. I can help students out, give them tips on their playing, even after the recording or before the recording. So yeah, if you haven't signed up yet for that, I encourage you guys to come on YouTube, my website, and sign up right on my website. There's a link at the top that says webinar classes. You can sign up for the Tuesday classes that way. So, all right. Cool. Let's go back to the piece then, Jasmine. Yeah, I'd like to maybe hear it from B. You see the letter B?
B, where is that?
You don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
a.
I see it. I see
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Right
let's have.
before that rest.
Yeah, let's have you play right after that rest at B. So we're basically playing the rest of the first page.
Okay. I need to do that. Wait, a little bit. Hold on. Let's try that again. Can I try that again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Please. There you go. Good job. Nice. Yeah, really good. Really nice. Even when I'm starting to hear in your playing more aggression, more index, more tone. So
Yeah.
you're doing much better with that. So great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't often touch base on that last part of the page, so because I try to concentrate on the top half.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, it's translating in general to what you're doing everywhere. There's a couple spots where I'd recommend third position over doing first position. So we'll have to work on that in our private lesson or whatever.
Okay.
I'll point those out to you. But definitely a couple things with fourth finger. I want to point out fourth fingers because yeah, we definitely don't want to play open E string in a few spots there. So I'll share my screen for that. So yeah, hopefully you guys try to use fourth fingers in your scales and etudes and just try to do that as much as possible. So I'll point out a few of the spots. So like, for example, right here, fourth finger. Here is okay to do open E because we're doing a rundown. Anytime that happens, it's okay. It's sort of accepted if it's a shorter note. So that's like the only time, Jasmine, that I would do that. Here is okay, but here definitely not an open E because if you do that, you cross strings unnecessarily. So that would be a spot, definitely not open E right there.
Okay.
So yeah, that's sort of the rule. If we're crossing strings unnecessarily, do not do that. Use fours, and that also is the rule for shifting. If we can avoid a string crossing by shifting the third position, that's ideal as well.
Okay.
And then let's see. Here is okay for open. I lost my little pen. There we go. So here's okay for open. Open's fine here. Here it's not terrible to do open, Jasmine, but it's better to do four there.
Okay.
Because it actually sets you up to basically just be in tune with the next G sharp, and you actually missed a few high threes throughout the piece. So like right here, if you put the four down, then you can find the three because it's a half step.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can put the four down to find the three.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So otherwise you're doing open and then you're kind of sort of guessing more for that G sharp where you could just be right on based on the four.
Fourth finger, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a couple spots like that, but yeah.
Okay.
Great. So yeah, that's sort of the first page that we've worked on so far. Any questions on that, Jasmine?
What about that slur that's right there where the B is on the, let me see, the E, let me see, the D, the E, D, E, see that where your little pen is almost hitting? Right there.
The
That's
C.
slur right there. Should that be a fourth finger?
Oh, I see. Good question. It should be fourth finger, definitely. I should have pointed that out because otherwise, yeah, that's actually a terrible spot for open because you're crossing strings on a slur.
Yeah. When I was playing it, I felt it and I thought, maybe the fourth finger on that one too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that one, definitely four, and then 3, 4 again. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, hopefully that's a good lesson for you guys out there that are, maybe playing more opens than you should in general.
Yeah.
Definitely important. And then hopefully you guys understand that tip about the third position where you should be doing third based on that rule of string crossing. So cool. Any other questions? Anybody else here have any questions? Sure. Connie.
Don't forget, I need to find out where I can get the music and which one. Yeah, because if I could get the music, I'd love to play it. I can't see it. It's so small using my cell phone. So.
Yeah, so it's in the description section on YouTube, like I mentioned, but I'm going to send you an email directly with music. Yeah. I even could just do it right here because it's on my computer. So So yeah, here's the Bach Double, Connie. If you're
All
able to
right.
see the chat, anybody else that's needing it as well. So yeah, you guys can work on this week. And yeah, I recommend for you guys to do the F major, the D major scales. Never not do your scales. Continue working on the Mazas. If this is your first class, I recommend for you guys to watch the previous classes, because that's going to help you with more of the Mazas and sort of the introductory of this particular class. But I'm thinking it seems that people really like the Bach Double, and we'll continue to work on it, and we'll kind of master these two pieces. I think it's a great way to go, and you guys are doing really well with it. I'm seeing great progress. Would love to see more of you guys play. We're all here to help and give encouragement. So let's give everybody a hand that participated. Thank you so much. So I'm going to help out Mitch and Connie. They're going to play something for me as well here at the end. But yeah, I also just wanted to throw in there too. I have sort of an idea to kind of encourage more people to come check out our Shack membership. So Jasmine, Connie, and Linda, who's here right now, they're actually members of the Shack. And basically what it is, it's classes that we do outside of just the Tuesday classes. What I do is I hear you play during a private lesson, and then I kind of put you into classes based on your level and what you're interested in learning. So yeah, Jasmine actually put together a really nice testimonial on that, and I'll let her kind of just briefly talk about what she's learned so far. And what I'm thinking about doing is doing like a free trial for you guys if you guys message me through the website, so I can kind of get you guys maybe into a couple classes to kind of check it out. Maybe meet Jasmine, maybe meet Linda and all the others. But yeah, let me put Jasmine on, and yeah, what so far you've been doing it for a month now, Jasmine, or so?
Yeah, it's been about a month, or a little less than a month that I've been doing this, and I've really, really loved learning about the intonation, like placing the fingers, the correct way of holding the violin and the bow, and because it used to be that it was just playing a song. That's all I really wanted to do, was just play the song. I didn't even think that there was so much involved in actually playing this instrument. It's not like playing a trumpet or like playing a guitar that, you just get in there and just try to learn those notes or whatever, or the chords or whatever. But there is so much more in this violin that it's not just easy to bring out the melody of a song and make it sound beautiful, or to make it sound like something that you would really like to hear. I mean, the difference between when Michael plays the song, because he plays it so well, because he knows exactly where to place the hands, and how to do the bow, and the scales. You've learned the scales, you've known that, but
we work so much on the technique aspect, Jasmine, so it's nice to be able to see you face to face. And then with the smaller classes, it's sort of nice because then I can actually help you guys out more, individually with technique. So yeah, would you say yeah, when you first came, we were like at a certain point, and now we've gone a long ways with the technique.
Exactly. And then when I used to go to other classes, other lessons before, they never really looked at you to see what your problem was, why you couldn't quite get the right notes. They just said, "Oh no, let's play it this way. This is the way the song should sound." They didn't correct you. They didn't show you your mistakes. They didn't help you along. So you're basically jumping from one song to another and not learning anything solid. That's exactly how it was. So this has really helped me a lot, really.
Yeah, and Jasmine, I'm really looking forward to you meeting Betty. She's actually going to be with you in the classes as well, and she's sort of in that same boat. Like, she's been playing for the last year, but like all of her teachers haven't given her any technical advice. So she's had like 4 instructors. She's like wanting to learn so badly, and she just hasn't been given any of that. And like one teacher even got it to where she was like going through book 6 of Suzuki already in less than a year. So so I mean, it's like, how do you do that without really working on the instrument properly, you know? So
Exactly. That's
yeah.
amazing. How could they do that? Because I mean, that's just jumping from one to the next and not getting anything solid.
Yep. So yeah, she's looking forward to meeting you. So it's gonna be you, Linda, and her on Thursday. So yeah, that'll be fun. So yeah, and thank you for the video, the testimonial video. If you guys want to hear more about Jasmine's progress and testimonies, she did a really nice video on Facebook, actually, the Shack community page. So yeah, if you guys want to join that membership community, it's easily found through my website. You just click on the classes tab, and the group is right there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming tonight. And next week we'll be working more on technique and the Bach Double and the Mazas. So keep working through stuff. And, you know, I encourage you guys to come on and hopefully play sometime soon here. So cool. Awesome. Hey,